Palm Sunday, so I want to ask Vanita to read a passage in Matthew. Actually, it's over here, Matthew. Was it Matthew 21? Okay, gonna be from 1 to 11. So, come on, smile.
All right, Matthew 21, 1 through 11. As they approached Jerusalem and came to Bethphage on the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying to them, "Go to the village ahead of you, and at once you will find a donkey tied there, with her colt by her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, say that the Lord needs them, and he will send them right away." This took place to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet. "Say to daughter Zion, see, your king comes to you, gentle and riding on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a donkey." The disciples went and did as Jesus had instructed them. They brought the donkey and the colt and placed their cloaks on them for Jesus to sit on. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, while others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowds that went ahead of him and those that followed shouted, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest heaven."
Okay, thank you. So we hear, kind of every year, sorry, we hear the story about the Palm Sunday and how Jesus entered, to Jerusalem. So just to let you know how was normal in the ancient times as a king entered to a city, okay? It's a normal way that kings entered to a city in the ancient times was through a great procession with the entourage of soldiers and officials. The king would ride a horse or chariot in a royal robes. Okay, we have a photo over here, kind of a little bit, how was it? Let's say they have the royal robes, and while the people are lined in the streets and cheer and welcome them. The procession will often include music, banners, and other displays of wealth and power to impress the people in the city, okay, to demonstrate the king authority. So when a king entered to a city, was a big deal, okay? Everybody knows, everybody are cheering. He wants to let the others, his authority, okay, and how well he is trying to impress. So this is like an impression, normally want to go more than he normally do, okay? So this is impressive. I don't know if you follow or watch, in Netflix there's one, The Crown is about the kings in England. And they measure, they see how the normal life is a normal people. It's a normal people with up and downs but how they need to be with others like they're perfect. Okay, they need to appear to others that they're perfect. So sometimes it's really hard, to do that. But this is what it is. The king, when they enter to a city, he wants to. I'm perfect kind of thing. I'm proud of who I am. I'm look at me, and sometimes just an impression that they need to do. Well, that's normally what the kings, did in the ancient times. But now we want to see how a real king, okay, the King of Kings, okay, enter to the city of Jerusalem. And this was read it in what Vanita, was read it about Matthew, okay, how he entered and how the crowds, shouted. But when he entered in a donkey instead of a horse, okay, or something, more powerful, he entered to a donkey. He just sending the message that he's the humble king, okay. And when you put these two words together, it doesn't match, okay? In the world, you put humble and you put a king, it doesn't match that kind of thing. Like, what are you talking about? Okay? It can be these two words together. That should be separate, okay? King shouldn't be a humble king, okay? So that's when Jesus, when he obeyed God and doing this, he turned the things upside down, okay? And let us know what is more important. With the life of Jesus, he teaches us, how is more important, to live. How could be, yes, a humble and a king in one sentence. And he's Jesus. He's Jesus. So over here we have, Isaiah 53:7 says, he was treated badly and made to suffer. But he didn't open his mouth. He was led away like a lamb to be killed. Sheep are silent when their wool is being cut off. In the same way, he didn't open his mouth. So, he, being a king, the king of kings, okay, he said that he was treated badly. And this Isaiah, when he write this, he would write it way before, Jesus born. Okay, so when Isaiah put this, that the Messiah is gonna be, that's gonna happen to the Messiah, and then they say like, okay, so the king that the people want, it is gonna be the same king that they expected. It's gonna be different. And this is always, with the Lord, it's always like that. He's always got you, okay? The Lord is always got you. You think you could do it, and then later, it just like a change the stuff, okay? And it's like that when you having a relationship with the Lord. It's always change the stuff, okay? You think in some way, like, it changed. And that make it sometimes good, depending on how it change. And sometimes like, okay, I need to learn, about this. So over here, Isaiah prophesies about the Messiah, that he was to be a king, okay, that is going to be humble, okay. We need to be followed by Jesus' example of humility and submission, to God's will. Zechariah 9:9 says, rejoice greatly, daughter Zion. Shout, daughter Jerusalem. See, your king comes to you, righteous and victorious, lowly and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey. So when Zechariah wrote this was in the 520, 518 before Christ born. And he said that that's going to happen. So that's why when Jesus, before, going to Jerusalem, he go and ride the donkey. And then he entered like that. So what Zechariah did, or the prophecy of Zechariah be true in him. So when he entered, he is what Zechariah says. It's over here in Matthew 21:5 says, say, daughter of Zion, see your king comes to you, gentle and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey. So when that happened, people who know the scriptures understand that, okay? This is how they expect, that to be. And the people was kind of cheering and was like that. So, I think, 1 Corinthians. I started the book of Corinthians. And I started, I think, February. And we were talking right now, we're in Corinthians 4. Last Sunday was Corinthians 4. 1 Corinthians 4. And we finished with that. So, and in those 4 chapters, the thing that Paul was dealing with the people in Corinth is the pride. the pride that they have, that they think they're more, that they think they're better than the others, that they think that just because they have wealthy or they have a good life, they've been better than Paul. That's the whole scenario, okay? And it's kind of funny how now we're going to drastically change about how to be a humble king and how Jesus is going to teach us, okay, how to be a humble king. So there's always a fight inside of us about the pride and to be humble or the humility, okay? It's always a fight. Sometimes I'm thinking like, oh, you know, I don't have a pride. All of us have a level of pride, okay, in our heart, okay? When you don't pay attention, that things, you know, grow and grow and grow. And then sometimes it's like the broccoli in your teeth, okay? That everyone else know, okay, that you have it, except you. Okay? So sometimes it's like that. The pride is like this. Sometimes you think, no, I'm okay, okay? But other people say, no, I don't think so, okay? So the pride is like that. Everybody knows about it, okay? Or when the woman, you know, they put lipstick, okay? And then sometimes, you know, the tooth, you know, those like a red. And sometimes you have a comfortable with others, okay? You have a relationship with others. You could come and say, hey, just to let you know, okay? So the other people know. But if you don't have confidence or relationship with that person, you don't say anything. You say like you see the something and oh man, I don't want to be embarrassing over here. So that's with the pride is the same thing. If you have a relationship, the people are open and the people see how the pride is kind of getting higher, they could come and say, hey, be careful about these things. Like, oh, thank you. But how often happen, you know, that somebody come and say something that a prideful person and then come and say, hey, be careful about this. Really? Me? How about you? Okay? How about so and so and so, and they start, you know, be defensive. So today I have a list, okay, of things that are opposite, okay? That is the pride, okay, and then how to be humble, okay? And I wanna put it over here. First one, say, attitude towards oneself. Pride in both a sense of self-importance and superiority over others. Humility in both modesty, self-awareness, and recognizing our limitations. Have you ever feel better than others? I did. When I went to Cuba for the first time, it was a poor country, okay? It was really, you know, $1 was around 20 some, you know, pesos. Oh no, yeah, Cuban pesos. But not only that, a doctor earned $2? Yeah, I think $2. No, sorry, $30 a month. A doctor earned $30 a month. Okay, that's what it is. So you could see how the finances, you know, are different. So when I was over there with my Mexican pesos, okay, I could buy a lot of stuff. Like, oh, it's so cheap. Okay, I don't know. You travel to a country that have a low economy, and you come and say, it's so cheap. So then I arrived there, and not just because, and I was as a missionary. I was in YWAM, and I started, you know, to go into countries, and I arrived there, and not just because my country, okay, is being better, okay, than their country. I feel superior without saying anything. Just my way to approach them. Like, oh, look at this. I come over here to your country to help you. Okay? Ah, that's pride. That's pride. And I didn't understand that. I was thinking that I'm doing a good job. I was thinking that I trying to go and help. They need my help, so I come to help you, okay? But deep in myself, thinking that just because my country is higher, okay, or better, I'm better than them. And those kind of things, okay, I realized that, God, showed it to me. And like, oops. And I was thinking that I'm doing your job. So the pride sometimes hide just a little bit there. Okay, so humility says involve modesty, self-awareness, and recognize our limitation. Like you understand that we're no better than others. Sometimes we, born in a better place, okay, or a better family, but that doesn't make us better. Though what makes us better is how much we change here, and how much we're trying to become more like Christ. Number 2 says response to accomplishment. Pride leads to boasting, arrogance, and need to dominate others. Humility leads to gratitude, recognition of others' contribution, and willingness to learn from successes and failures. Okay? So if what does we, saying, with Paul to the Corinthians, that say, you just because have a different gift than others, you boast, you're so prideful about it. They say, come on, everything was given by God. So if that was given by God, and you don't do anything about it, okay? Why are you boast? Why are you prideful? Okay, they say humility leads to gratitude and recognition of others. You need to understand that all the people, okay, are the same. They want to be someone too. They have their own struggle. So sometimes we see others and we just say, oh, they're okay or they're not okay, just when we see it. No, to understand that during this life, we're gonna have up and downs. Other people have struggles. Maybe they don't share with you, okay? But other people have struggles thing, okay? They have anxiety, they have problems of finances, problems, and then all those things. But when you see them, they're okay. And especially, when we trying to come to the church, we don't want to bring all the problems with us. And sometimes we come like, hey, everything is okay. I remember when we went to a church in Twin Cities area. Well, I normally, for some reason, I arrive late. Some reason, okay. So I have this problem with arriving late, and I was thinking, that's not me. All the Latinos, arrive late, so it's Latino time. They're arriving late. So I always think that it's not my problem, that is someone else's problem, okay? Until I went to a coaching session and coaching develop, and they say, no, in order to change, you need to embrace who you are, okay? All the Latinos arrive late. I arrive late. Lucio, Berumen arrive late. So I need to deal with something with that. You need to do something about it. Okay, until I think like that, I start getting changes, okay? I start getting changes. And one of the things, was that I need to change, my patterns, okay? So the thing that happened is, in the morning, I woke up earlier than Vanita, earlier than my wife, okay? And I go to the computer. And then I stay in the computer, and then the time passed. Then she came and say, hey, we need to go to the church. Wait. So then I need to shower or change or do something. But that time, Vanita already get up later than me. She dressed herself, dressed the kids, give them food, and I'm in the computer. Okay? So when she say, hey, let's go. So then wait. And then we're arriving late. And then when we're driving, and the kids, kind of yelling and then, hey, stop, okay? And then we arrive into the church, good morning, okay? God bless you, okay? Even though it's sometimes late, okay? So we have that kind of tendency, okay? To sometimes like, and then later we assume we pass the door. I need to, okay? Everything is okay. When sometimes it's not like that. Until I understand that, I need to switch, okay? How do I switch? Why do I need to switch my patterns? What I did is I get dressed. That's when I go to the church. Right now it's different because I need to prepare and finish, the sermon. But in that time, what I did, I just get dressed, go to the computer when I'm ready, or sometimes I cook something and then go to the computer. Vanita get up and say, oh, wow, the food is over here. And then when she appears and say, we need to leave, I'm ready. So then we get out. I need to drive fast, angry with the people in front of me, trying to know the home, but, don't do it. Everything's going okay with time, arriving okay, and then and the whole Sunday is different. Until I understand that is not someone else's problem, that was my problem, it wasn't any solution. And not only to myself, but to my whole family. So we need to be aware about what's the things, okay, that God wants to change in us. Okay, sometimes they think like, oh, it's my problem, it doesn't matter. No, is that my problem, okay, my problem affect my family. Number 3 says interaction with others. Pride can lead to lack of empathy, self-centered behavior, and a sense of entitlement. Humility encourages empathy, compassion, and respect for others' perspective and experiences. Yeah, sometimes, self-centered and entitlement. I deserve it, okay? I deserve it, okay? Yes, I can get it, okay? And they say, no, you need to have more empathy. Sometimes it's difficult to have empathy in all the cases, but we need to see how do the people have it. If I have problems, if I have a situation that I can imagine that other people have the same. Especially when you have a hard time, either you lost one of your people that one of the families, you lost one of your families, or you have a financial problems, or you have a health situation. So when you have these kind of things, and you see that others have the same thing, the same problem, you could go with them and say, I understand how you feel, okay? I want to pray with you. I want to, that's happening, that's normal, we could move on. I remember when we have a miscarriage, okay? It was a miscarriage. And my perspective, Vanita is, okay, my wife, she's like I need to check it out, how can I do it? Nobody teach me. We only have one miscarriage. So I don't know how to deal with this. And nobody teach me at all. So then I tried to deal, with her own. She deal with her own. I do it on my own. I remember that I going, to play basketball. And then when I play in basketball, a person come to me and say, are you okay? I say, yes, I'm okay. Well, my wife, have a miscarriage. That's explain everything. Explain? What do you mean? Yes, when you play basketball, now you make fouls, you hit us more with anger. Oops, I didn't know that. Sorry, what's in my... No, but it's not normal. So it's been happening, for a few times. And that's my way to take this deep thing that I have, with others, with the sports, with exercise or doing something physical, okay? So that's the way that the people know about it. And then later, we've been in a small group in our church. And nobody said anything until she passed, or we passed for this situation. And finally, somebody in the small group says, "Yeah, I have 1 miscarriage too. Oh, I have 5. I have 6 miscarriage." And I say, "Where were you when we need you? When we say what will happen, and instead of coming to us and explain how it's going to be, nobody said anything to us." It's like, so I don't want that happen, to something like that. Then another people in Y1 who have miscarriage, I go and talk at least with the male, perspective, and I go to him and say, this happening and this happening and this happening, and I want to be here to pray with you. But sometimes we don't want to do that. We're like, we need to be open with others about our situation and be empathy in that. Okay, be empathetic or have empathy in that situation. Okay. 4, handle criticism. Pride often responds defensively to criticism, unwilling to acknowledge faults or mistakes. Humility acknowledge criticism and with an open mind, willing to learn and grow from feedback. Okay, this is another one. When you go with someone and say, hey, be careful about this, and this person is on defense, hey, then is not ready, to accept this feedback. And sometimes they don't change. And it's when I say about the broccoli, on the teeth, or this lipstick, on the teeth. 6, respond to success and failures. Pride takes full credit for success and blame others to external factors or for failures. Humility shares credit for successes and takes responsibility for failures and learns from them. A prideful, when the things go okay, yes, it was for me. Yes. And then when something goes wrong, it's the people around me. That's when you see that perspective, you say, no, that's the pride is coming. When you do it with humility, it says, no, yeah, I did my job, but the other one do the job. So it's kind of in general, It's not only me. It's always, a group of people. 7, impact on relationship. Pride can create distance, conflict, and feelings of resentment or jealousy in relationships. Humility encourages connection, trust, and mutual respect in relationships. If something, and I say that last week, if something are divided, the root is come from the devil. If something you divide for someone, it's we against you, or if some division start, the root is come from the devil. If anything that besides we're different and besides we don't share kind of the same perspective in things, and like that we trying to be together, the root come from the heaven. So it's easy, to check it out. If that makes you feel apart or feel distance or in the relationship, go apart, check it out. Go with the Lord. Is me? And sometimes oh man, I really want to work with you, Lord, I really want to work with you, but not with that person. With that person, no. And sometimes we're in our knees, praying to the Lord, please, Lord, help me with this and with that person that, is kind of different than me, and maybe the Lord is on the other side. Please, I hope he understands that if I work with him, that is really different than me, he could work with the other person too. The Lord understands how difficult it is to work with us. Why? Because we need to start changing little by little our heart. But he gave me the opportunity when I just met him. He knows how bad I was. And he didn't give up. And he was little by little, changing the hearts, little by little, okay? But if we don't go through him and don't want to go to that path and say, no, I'm okay, I accept Jesus, okay, I go to heaven, so that's it, I'm done. If I die, I go to heaven. Is constantly changing in order to be more like him. And if you say, oh, it's difficult to work with that person, God could say to you, it's difficult to work with you too. And I work with you. So we need to have that perspective, okay? Everything to separate, okay, is come from the devil. Everything to come together besides where differences come from heaven. And the last one, say, approach personal growth. Say, pride resists change and grow. Okay, pride resists change and grow, maintains. No. Pride resists change and grow. Resist change and growth. Maintains and fixed mindset and may be stuck in personal development. Humility embraces change and learning, maintains a growth mindset, and seeks a continual improvement. When sometimes you come to the Lord and you advance a little bit, and sometimes you're stuck, okay? And then you're like that and you don't change, and you're kind of the same, thinking, oh, I already know. But they say, no, there's still more, okay? This is not over yet. This is actually what I said before when I share about Corinthians, that we're not perfect, okay? And if we're not perfect, there's no one who is mature or perfect mature. So we always want to change. All the time we need to change until we become like Jesus. And maybe we never could do it, but our goal is to become like him. Pride is, do you know how to ride a bicycle? Yeah, I think most of you know how to ride a bicycle. If a bicycle is in a place, okay, if a bicycle is in a place, or horizontal place, okay, and you have the two pedals, okay. So which one you need to push in order to advance this bicycle? The down one or the upper one? Everybody knows the upper one, okay? So I want you to let you know that this bicycle is your life. That this bicycle gonna guide you to encounter God's will, okay? But the two pedals have name. The pedal that is on the bottom called pride, and the pedal that is on the up, on the top, it calls humility, okay? So when you gonna do God's will, okay, or you wanna go follow Jesus, you need to put your strength and everything on the up to put it down, okay? And then now this one become pride, and this one become humility, okay? Then you press and then become always the down one, okay, is the pride, and the other pedal is the humility, okay, to be humble. So it's not only one time, it's again and again and again and again, okay, that we need to go and search for our hearts and see what is the area. A few areas maybe I do okay. What is the other areas that I didn't? But in order to follow Christ with our lives, with our bicycles, we need to press, okay, in the humility pedal. Sometimes what happens if we start with the pride pedal, the down one? You could be there, you put as much of strength or you could put the whole thing over there. It's not gonna move. It's not gonna move. It's gonna stay there. So that happens when the pride is with us. We cannot advance in the things that God has for us, because we're in the bicycle. with one pedal and they move, but they don't move. We need to do the up one, okay? The other pedal is the humility. So when we see that and we see like, why we didn't, go and advance and do it, is because we need that God shine in our life and say, look, this is the area, okay, they need to work. This is the area they need to start working on. Matthew 21:9 says, the crowds that went ahead of him and those that followed shouted, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest heaven. When they see Jesus enter, they say, Hosanna to the Son of David. And some people understand, other people don't understand. Other people are like, who is that guy? But it doesn't matter, okay? I don't know who he is, but I want to do the same thing, okay? I want to do the same thing like the other ones. They don't understand who he was. Many of them say who he is. He's the prophet, okay? The prophet Jesus. Many people understand, other ones don't understand, but they put the cloths, and for them, they put the palm, okay, they put the branches over there, but sometimes they don't understand who they are. And then imagine, Jesus, okay, and the donkey and say, everybody got it, okay, everybody got it, and they're cheering for me. So maybe the thing that I'm doing is right. Doesn't know, he knows, but not knowing that popularity is not the right way, okay? Jesus don't do that because to be popular, okay? The other people do it maybe because other ones did it. And then later, 5 days later, he was shouting, crucify him, okay? So need to understand that sometimes we need to see Jesus for who he is, okay? Not because what other people say it, in this case, he was okay. It was the popularity. The other people are kind of, saying, Hosanna is the Son of David. Blessed he is who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest heaven. There was rejoicing. And then later, the same people say, crucify him. So, be on what the majority of people do is not the right place to do. We need to go with the Lord and say, okay, Lord, besides what other people say about me, okay, what do you say about me? What do you say about me? Sometimes we think that Jesus is a person that before the crucifixion is a person who lived a life with a lot of power, okay? Like he could do miracles, he could teach others. It's like, look at this. Jesus, okay, have a kind of lot of powers and could do whatever he wants kind of stuff. It wasn't like that. Actually, over here says, John 5:19 says, Jesus gave them the answer. Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees in his Father doing. Because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. Okay? He have a close relationship with the Father. And he was obedient what the Father said to him. So sometimes we're thinking, Jesus do whatever he wants. No, he go to the Father, okay? And the communication is so clear that he come and do his will. Luke 22:42 say, Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done. He came to obey his Father. And when he do that, he teaches us, okay, how to become more like him. So what is the thing that we need to do? Okay? In the Gethsemane, he's doing that and say, I know what is happening, but you have another way to do it. Okay, it's your time. That is your time, God. That is your time, Father, okay, to do something different. But it's still the same thing that we talked before. That's going to happen. I take it. I will do it. I will be obedient of the thing that you have done for me. So what is the teaching, okay, that Jesus gave it to us? To be obedient to the Father. That's why we need so so vital, okay, to have a relationship with the Lord. Because it's when He teaches us how to become more like Him, more like Jesus. And how to obey the Lord, even though when sometimes people around are agree, and sometimes when people around are in disagreement. And of course, you need to always say and always go with the people that values and want the best for you, to ask for advice or for how I'm doing, okay? If you have someone you could come and say, how do you see me? You have that brave, okay, to do, hey, how do you see me? And you'll be ready to take what it's going to say. And you need to go to someone to love you, someone to want the best for you. And he's going to be clear and want to be, this one because I love you. Sometimes God uses people like that in our life. I don't say that it's God with everyone, okay? Or to put in Facebook, okay? Hey, what do you think about me? Oh, no. Want to be another disappointment, okay? If the people are honest, okay? But someone who really cares about you could guide you. Another thing is to have the quiet time or the time with the Lord. And that's when you read it and say like, oh, I need to change this area. So today we need to understand that God, okay, the God the Father, guide Jesus, okay? And Jesus, even though He could do whatever He wants, okay, He preferred to do God's will. And that is teaching us today what we need to do. Be more like Him and do God's will. Besides it's popular or besides it's not popular for others. Let's pray. Father, thank you so much, for today. We want to give you thanks, okay, for the opportunity to be again over here together and talk about that time, okay, that Palm Sunday or that day. Understanding that it's a celebration time, but then later, we know what was going to happen. So we want to be in this Holy Week, okay, and thinking of you, okay, thinking in the relation that we have with you, thinking in how much we could be more like you, okay, how much humility we could take from you, okay, and in our life and with others. Please be with us and help us, to be more like you. In the name of Jesus, amen. The benediction, so you could please stand. May you be filled with joy and gratitude as we remember Jesus' triumphant entry in Jerusalem. May you be blessed with peace and hope as we journey through Holy Week towards the joy of Easter. And may the love of God be with you always. Amen.